You are 22 years old. You hold a piece of paper that feels heavier than it should. A signed offer letter. $180,000. Total compensation. To you, it isn't just a number. It is an escape velocity. You are a new grad, and suddenly you are worth more than your parents made in their best 3 years combined. You read it again at midnight, then at 2 a.m., just to make sure the commas haven't moved. Something in your chest inflates. You take a screenshot. You send it to the family group chat. Your mother replies with prayer emojis. Your father sends a thumbs up. Your friends react with fire icons. Nobody asks follow-up questions. Nobody asks about the cost of living. They don't know that a medium-sized coffee costs $7, and the median home price just crossed the $2 million mark. They think you are rich. For a few hours, you believe them. You don't know yet that half your graduating class received the exact same letter. You feel like you've made it. You haven't. You fly to San Francisco in August. The air smells like eucalyptus and exhaust. You have $12,000 in savings. You think it's a fortune. It will be gone in 20 days. The apartment hunt is your first clinical lesson in supply and demand. You tour a studio in Mountain View. It is 540 square feet. The price is $3,200 a month. You tell the broker you'll think about it. He laughs. There are 21 people on the wait list behind you. Some are offering 6 months of rent up front. One applicant offered a full year in cash because their equity just vested. The rooms get smaller. The light gets dimmer. The price stays the same. You realize that in Silicon Valley, you aren't renting an apartment. You are renting a seat at the table. You take a room in a 3-bedroom house in Sunnyvale. $1,900 a month. Your roommates are also engineers. One is at Google, one is at Meta. The living room is a graveyard of tech cliches. There is a Peloton in the corner that hasn't been plugged in for months. There is a whiteboard covered in system design diagrams that nobody bothered to erase. This is the statistical reality. 3 in 10 people your age in this region live with roommates. But at the office, everyone pretends they live in a minimalist glass box in the hills. They don't. They live in overpriced suburbs with beige walls and bad plumbing. Everyone pretends they live alone. They don't. Your first paycheck arrives, $10,042, net. After taxes, after your 401k contribution, you open a spreadsheet. Rent, $1,900. Utilities, $150. Phone, $60. Health insurance, $180. Student loans, $400. You sold your car because parking charges $200 a month. You take the train. You have $5,700 left. For the first time in your life, the money isn't the constraint. You can buy the expensive sushi, but you don't, because you are working 60-hour weeks. You are a small cog in a code base used by 800 million people. You are too tired to spend the money you're making. Time is the new constraint. Energy is the currency you're actually losing. The learning curve is vertical. Your manager is a senior engineer. She makes $400,000 a year. You know this because of levels.fyi. She has equity worth $1.2 million on paper. To the rest of the world, she is a millionaire. In Palo Alto, she owns nothing. She rents a house for $5,100 a month. Why? Because her daughter goes to a school district that ranks in the top 1%. She isn't paying for the square footage. She is buying a path to the Ivy League. This is the closed loop of human capital. A $400,000 salary is just a very expensive way to stay middle class. You start noticing the layers. The new grad, $180,000. The L4 mid-level, $270,000. The senior, $400,000. The staff engineer, $650,000. The principal, $1.1 million. The ambition feels mechanical. You are climbing toward published numbers. Ambition is no longer a hunger, it is a spreadsheet. You learn the rule of the valley. Salary pays your rent. Equity builds your future. The gap between the two determines if you ever get to leave. At the end of year one, your first big vest happens. The stock price went from $142 to $178. $31,000 hit your account in a single afternoon. Year 3 arrives. You are promoted to L4. Your total compensation is now $270,000. You move out of the WG. You rent a one-bedroom for $2,400 a month. You are 26 years old. Your net worth is $290,000. 3 years ago, you had student debt. The machine works exactly the way the spreadsheet said it would. You should feel wealthy. You don't. You feel like a runner whose finish line keeps moving 10 miles further every time you speed up. A mid-level engineer leaves for Austin, Texas. He cashed out $240,000 in gains. He buys a house there for $500,000. The same house here costs $2.4 million. His new salary is $140K, a pay cut, but he took California money and deployed it where the math makes sense. You realize that Silicon Valley is a golden cage. The bars are made of restricted stock units. You are 30 now. Net worth, $740,000. You are ahead of 90% of your peers. You are behind half the people in your own building. The cognitive dissonance is permanent. You are wealthy by every objective measure, and yet you are priced out of a home in the only place your career makes sense. Some people leave. Most stay and optimize. The one where compounding index funds set you free at 45, or the one where ownership requires leaving the place that made the wealth possible. Both are true. Neither feels like winning. You are just inside the machine now, running the numbers, watching the stock price, waiting for the next vest. You are still there.